Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sonic 2 playthrough. This is the first bonus video, and as per usual, we're going to be talking about some stuff. We're not going to be getting into any pre-release content or anything for a bit now, but the first thing we're going to do is talk about cheat codes. It wouldn't be a classic Sonic game without cheat codes. And this game actually has quite a few cheat codes. So, yeah. Anyway, the first one I want to do is the only code that is in any way similar to the codes from the original Sonic 1. And this code changes the name from Miles to Tails on the game's HUD. Because in terms of this game, the game calls him Tails, while in the Japanese version, he's called Miles. If you use this code, it will change his name. So you just gotta return back to the title screen. There you go. Go back to the title screen, and on the title screen, you're going to press up, down, 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 up. Once that, you hear a click option. Go back to options, and Tails is now called Miles. This will do the opposite in the Japanese version, as in the Japanese version he is called Miles by default. If you use this code, his name will instead be changed to Tails if you are playing the Japanese release. I am not. As such, it changed from Tails to Miles. Now to get to the actual codes. Now, the actual other codes in this game are slightly different from Sonic 1 in that they all involve the sound test, which is this lovely thing on the options screen. Now, there are 2 codes you can do on the options screen, and 2 codes you can do on the level select screen. So, we're first going to load up the level select screen. To load up the level select screen, you need to press the buttons 19, 65, 9, and 17. That did not work. Let me try that again. 19, 65, 9, and 17. It's not working. Let me just reset. Something's gone wrong here. Load up the game. Yep, there we go. Enter the options menu. Alright. Sounds 19, 65, 9, 17. And if you do that, you hear a lovely ring chime sound. To then get to the level select, you're going to hold A and press start on the title screen. We're not going to do that yet though, as there is another code you can do here on this screen. And I'm pretty sure you can do it on the level select screen as well, but I know for sure you can do it on the options screen. To get 14 continues, you want to play the sounds 1, 1, 2, and 4. The only problem with this is that it causes an incorrect sound bite to play, and causes the Oil Ocean Zone music to play the entire time. Yeah. So, doing this code, you get 14 continues, but you're listening to the Oil Ocean Zone music the entire game. That's not fun. So, I think we're gonna get rid of that. The Oil Ocean Zone music is great, but it's not my favourite song in the game. I can't remember if this game keeps the codes active. Yeah, it does. So you can reset and the codes stay active. So anyway, here is the level select screen. It looks a lot nicer than the one in Sonic 1, as we now have a bit better of a selection, and you have a pretty good selection over which stages you can pick. There are 2 codes you can do on the sound test in the level select screen. The first one is the Supersonic code. If you, for some particular reason, don't feel like getting all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which honestly I don't blame you, go to the level select, and on the sound test, play the sounds 4, 1, 2, and 6. If you put that correctly, you'll hear an emerald sound trigger. And after this, you'd want to select a zone and hold A until Sonic appears. Now, well, I've used this code before and I haven't had to hold A, so yeah. The next code is the debug mode code, which is just as insane as it is before. So, yeah, to enable debug mode, you want to enable the sounds 1, 9, 9, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4. You'll hear a ring chime. You want to enter a stage, let's say Emerald Hill Zone, and you want to hold A until Sonic appears. So, if we hold A, and we load the debug mode stuff, which is always fun. Always great. As in Sonic 1, you press various things. If you press B, you toggle between normal and debug mode. You press A to advance through your item list, and you hold A and press C to advance backwards. Make sense? Cool. You use C to place the object down, which gives us a teleport monitor in normal gameplay. We'll be seeing a bit of those very, very soon. As in Sonic 1, the coordinates are displayed in the score area, and the viewpoint coordinates are displayed by the bottom line of hex digits. So current coordinates are top line, viewpoint coordinates are bottom line of hex digits. So it's really exactly the same as it is in Sonic 1, basically. Nothing interesting. If you hit the teleport monitor, the game will crash because you are in one-player mode. Don't do that. There's also another thing you can do. If we go back to the title screen, there is an extra little code. Yeah, there are many codes in this game. There is also night mode, which is just shadow or highlight. In this, you want to enter the level select screen, make sure debug mode is enabled, select a level, hold C, and press start. Doing this will enable night mode, and basically it puts a shadow over anything that isn't weird. It's a really interesting way to see the game, but it's weird. I'll just say that much. Yeah. But doing this will also take away your debug mode privileges, so, yeah. Because you haven't held A until Sonic appears. But this is just the weirdest thing ever, honestly. Like, it's really weird. It's a very interesting way to play the game, and you can go to any stage in this way. One of my favorite things to do. Here's Emerald Hill normally, and here is Emerald Hill in night mode. See what I mean? It's very interesting. Anyway, so yeah, Sonic 2 has a bunch of codes you can mess around with, which is always great fun. But we are going to do something a little bit different now, and I feel really sad about this, but let's go back to the title screen. Sonic 2 has a 2-player versus mode. If we enter the 2-player mode, you see we have 4 different options. Basically what this is a race, basically. It's a race for the 3 zones you can select, and in terms of the special stage, it's who can collect more rings than the other. You can only select 3 zones: Emerald Hill Zone, Casino Night Zone, and Mystic Cave Zone, and of course the special stage. Now, I don't have a friend, so I'm just going to be playing this by myself. It'll look stupid, but at least I get to show it off in some way. But the best part about this is really that each zone has its own music track for 2-player mode. It's actually really interesting. I don't know why they decided to give each zone that's playable in 2-player mode its own separate music track, but they did. So, basically, let's jump into Emerald Hill Zone. And when you're in 2-player mode, you get this lovely cut-off screen thing. Player 1 will be playing as Sonic, Player 2 will be playing as Tails. Your goal, get to the end of the stage. Whoever gets to the end first wins, basically. So, it plays basically the same as normal. with a few differences. The stages themselves are the exact same. There are some differences. The monitors are now random. They're not set. So you see I got a speed shoes monitor and an invincibility monitor. But they're not speed shoes and invincibility monitors in the normal game, aren't they? There is also a lot of severe lag in two-player mode because, well, the game is not designed for using this. There are also a couple of two-player exclusive monitors. One of them, which you may have seen before in debug mode, is the, and I'm going to set this on fast forward mode. Yes, I'm using an emulator. Just for the purpose of this video, mainly. Just so we can speed this up and get through it. Basically, there's also the teleport monitor, and the teleport monitor will literally switch your place. So, yeah. Once one player gets to the end, the other player will basically attempt to get to the end. We'll have 60 seconds to get to the end of the stage, basically. So, and in this mode, you're literally playing those stages. Like, you don't have many other choices. You get those stages, that's it. And it's all about racing to the finish. You don't fight a boss. I'm pretty sure you don't fight a boss in Act 2. I may be wrong, because I don't play the two-player mode in Sonic 2. If I'm going to play a two-player classic Sonic game, I'm playing Sonic 3. Which we'll get to later on, don't you worry. But for now, like, it's an okay two-player mode, especially for the beginning. It's something that Yuji Naka wanted to have in the first game, but didn't have the time to. So it's good to see that they managed to keep up on that and put one in the sequel. But yeah, Act 2, yeah, you won't have to fight a boss at the end. You'll just have to reach the end of the stage. Mainly for viewers' sake, because if you have to fight a boss at the end, the other guy can catch up and then, you know, win the race just by hitting the animal capsule at the end. So, anyway, as per usual, yeah, if the other player runs out of time, they'll die. So, you do that. And they'll win that. And once you beat the stage, you can't select it again. So you just move on to the next stage. So in this case, Casino Night Zone, which also has its own music track. These music tracks are really great. That was a teleport monitor. And that literally did exactly what it did. It caused eye strain and made you teleport to the other player's location immediately. And if you die, the first player automatically wins, and then you get sent back. So if you get a game over, you get that stuff. That's really cool. So Casino Night Zone you got to see not too much of, but that's fine, I'm only showing this off. Mystic Cave Zone's got a really cool music track. I really love the two-player Mystic Cave music. I don't usually love the two-player music more than the single-player music. This is the only exception. I love this song. And I love it quite a bit. You'll see it again later on. Not in this episode, but later on. So, yeah, whenever you get hit, the game lags trying to catch up to you, which is quite annoying. And the game looks very squashed in two-player mode. Like, very squashed. It's really bad. That was a little visual glitch right there. You didn't see that, I don't think, at all in the normal playthrough. I'm honestly not caring too much about. So basically, you just reach the end, it's all handy dandy. In pause, you can do a whole bunch of stuff, like, this is only accessible, during debug mode, which I forgot to mention before, but I may as well mention now that we're in two-player mode. Using the buttons, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. Pressing A while debug mode is enabled will just fade the screen to back and return to the Sega screen. Basically perform a restart without actually performing a restart. Holding B will forward the game in slow motion as long as B is being held down. it will basically make the game proceed in slow motion. And pressing C, you'll advance the game forward 1 frame at a time. Which is really funny to watch. But we got one more little bit to show off in 2-player mode, which is the special stage. And the special stage is a little bit different. The whole point of the special stage is to try and beat the other player and get more rings than the other person. This can involve jumping to make the other person end up in the front, but generally whoever's in front will have more rings. And you play 3 special stages, I'm pretty sure. I'm only going to play 1, but, like, it's basically the same as the special stages you played in the normal game, except their own custom designs for 2-player mode that I've never played before in my life, but with the normal ones I have played quite a few times, so yeah. And you do it in usual sections, so one person will have more rings than the other upon reaching the checkpoint, and your goal is to have more rings than the other person. Simple as that. You get 3 different colours, and the 3 colours aren't used at all in single player mode. So you get a nice selection of colours, which is really cool. And whoever's won more after 3 sections wins the game. Special stages don't last very long, honestly. This is probably the most competitive of the 2-player versus modes, just because, you know, the special stage can be a pain to play. But you get 3 sections, and the game fades out, and you get 3 checkpoints, and you reload it, and it'll load a new special stage. These colours, yeah, as I said, are not found in the main game. Like, we didn't see a very goldy yellow colour, did we? No, we didn't. So yeah, they are very creative. They're their own designs, I'm fairly sure. I'm pretty sure they're not used in the main game. If they are, then I'm being idiotic. But, you know, it's your usual competitive stuff. Anyway, that was your first bonus video for Sonic 2. Next time, we're going to be looking at the development stuff for the game. And hopefully, this should take within the week to come out. The reason why I didn't upload this video straight away, even though I had the chance to, is because I wanted the second bonus video to at least be somewhat complete before uploading the video, so they weren't too far apart. Within the week, you should expect the second bonus video, which will go into a bit more of this version's development history. We'll take a look at the 8-bit version soon after, but right now we're going to be focusing on this version. By the way, development stuff for this game will be split into 2 videos because there is so much stuff to cover that it's insane, so I've split it in half. I hope you recommend that, and I hope you enjoy what's going to be coming up. I will also start doing a little quiz for my next LPs, so expect that. I'll be putting up quizzes for what you expect my next LP to be, and until then, I don't want to see this on the screen. Go back. There we go. Okay. There we go from the title screen. Until next episode, goodbye!